बुक में कन It's Royal Challengers Bangalore versus Punjab Kings, यानी कि नंबर 4 versus नंबर 8 in the point table. लेकिन मैच अच्छा होने वाला है. ब्रेबॉर्न में मैच होने वाला है. एक टीम ऐसी जिसके लिए नॉकआउट मुकाबला होगा, जो होगी पंजाब किंग्स. हारेगी तो बाहर होगी. दूसरी तरफ आरसीबी, जिसके पास मौका है नंबर 1 और नंबर 2 पे आने का, क्योंकि उनके जो फॉर्म है वो अच्छी है. इस पे आगे बात करने के लिए लेट मी इंट्रोड्यूस माय पैनलिस्ट फॉर द डे टुडे, निशांत एंड जयदीप मुखर्जी. वेलकम बोथ ऑफ यू. A big match
Thank
today
you.
for Punjab Kings.
Thank you.
Jaydeep?
Yes, no games are easy at this point in time because everybody's playing for position, and strange things can happen. So, but this is the business end, and this is also this form is also something you want to take into the next phase. Even if you win, the momentum, the form, everything that you get. It's a long tournament, Rimaji, as we know, and it goes on for a while, and you are in form, lose form, and you're iffy. Then again you pick up form. But now is the time where there's no choice.
एक तरफ है पंजाब किंग्स, जिसके लिए आज ऑलमोस्ट नॉकआउट है. अगर हारेंगी तो बाहर जाएंगी, जीतेंगी तो फिर भी रेस में बनी रहेंगी. मुश्किल होगा लेकिन नामुमकिन नहीं. और दूसरी तरफ आरसीबी, निशान, एक ऐसी टीम जिनके बीच में 3 मैचेस बहुत खराब गए थे, लेकिन उसके बाद जो फॉर्म पकड़ी है, इसीलिए हम कहते हैं जब ऑक्शन हुआ था कि बहुत बैलेंस टीम नजर आ रही है. इस टीम में अगर देखें ध्यान से तो काफी मैच विनर्स भी हैं और मौका भी है. आज अगर अपने दोनों मैचेस जीते हैं तो नंबर 1 नंबर 2 पे भी आते हैं, यानी कि मौका बढ़ जाता है आपका फाइनल से पहुंचने का.
Yes, and over the years we have seen that the problem with RCB always started on the auction table, but this year things are a little different. From the auction table, you could make out that this time they have made some smart moves, and the dividends are already there to see for everyone. I think Hasranga was a great pick. He is one of those impact leg spinners, and that's what we have
Nishant,
seen.
were you surprised on this that they let Chahal go? Because I was very surprised.
Yes and no, because I think when you have only 4 players to retain, they had already made up their mind that they want Virat. They wanted whoever they retained, but at the same
Max,
time,
no, but could they have not got him back in the auction? Just like Mumbai went after Ishan Kishan and RCB went after Harshal Patel.
I think they wanted to try some new hands, and I could make out that Hasranga was their pick because he was already with the side but not playing games in the last year. So they could see the potential there. And if you look at it honestly, they have not. Yuji Chahal has been in great form in this tournament. There's no doubt about it. He has taken his game to another level, especially in this IPL. Big players, they need some kind of motivation, and I think he not getting retained by RCB was a sort of motivation he needed to raise his game to another level.
I sometimes wonder if they were both bowling in tandem, what it would be. Because for me, off spin, leg spin doesn't matter for a leg spinner. वो left hander आगे तो सब गुगी डाल सकता है, especially someone like Chahal. So people say अच्छा right hander है तो left arm spinner डलवाना पड़ेगा. पता नहीं कहाँ rule है इसका. I've not understood this one.
Now these days, how does it matter? Because everyone has, especially the spinners. If you're an off spinner, if you can't take the ball away, you will be taken to the cleaners. If you're a leg spinner, you can't bring the ball back in, you will be taken to the cleaners. So in a way, every spinner has to have the ability to spin the ball both ways, whether you're an off spinner or whether you're a leg spinner, whether you're a left arm spinner. True. Whatever you do.
But so Nishant, I feel that RCB, I mean, Chahal deserved RCB with Chahal deserved to play in RCB in a strong bowling unit. He's always played in a weak bowling unit. So just to be fair to the guy, just have him bowl in a strong unit and see what he can do.
Yeah, I agree with you, but at the same time, I think now bygones are bygones, and they are here.
Yeah,
and
just in hindsight, he's one.
Yeah, and now if you look at their side, they are doing very well in terms of their. This is the first time I have actually seen RCB having such a, I would say reliable bowling unit. I will not say a strong bowling unit, a reliable bowling unit.
Compared to back in the day, true.
Yeah. Because, I always say that there are 2 ways to win the match. And there is no third way actually in cricket. Either you defend the total or you chase the total. RCB always had batters to put up a big total on the board. but they never had bowlers to defend it. Like
True.
against RCB, even if they have got 200, they used to be, oh, it will be chased down. Something
Rima
will
is
happen
dying.
in the last.
Rima is dying to ask the next question. I know, but I'm just saying on this. See, David
No,
Warner.
that's okay. I'm enjoying the
No, I'm
conversation.
just saying Hyderabad. Just what Nishant is saying. Hyderabad gun bowling unit and maybe three batters, but they were in the top four every year. So batter
Yeah,
आप तीन चार लेके जा सकते हो, लेकिन bowling में आप तीन लेके नहीं जा
Hmm.
सकते हो. So they
because
had David Warner, they had Johnny Bairstow, they had Manish Pandey sometimes, they had okay whoever sometimes, but bowlers पांच अच्छे थे. That's why they were so
उसका रीज
consistent
उसका
compared to an
उसका
RCB.
सिम there's a mathematical reason for that ना. In a 20 over game ऐसा तो नहीं है कि 5 ओवर बाद बैटर हैज टू कम बैक. Two batters can
True,
bat 20 overs.
true, true, true,
But a
Hmm.
bowler, you have to bowl 5 overs. Everyone has to bowl 4 overs. So
true,
you need five good bowlers. Even if you
true,
have one week, that means in four you will give 50.
true,
So that is why I think bowling is more critical than batting. And that's
true.
where their combination has to be very,
True.
very strong. Wicket, the other side, how many left-handers, right-handers, all these equations come into play. So I think that is why I think RCB has a very, very settled unit, and I'm very, very happily. I love when good test cricketer does well in 2020 now. I feel very good. So seeing Josh Hazlewood bowling the way he is bowling is remarkably satisfying for me because
Yes, to
uh,
rub it into Rimaji, Chennai let him go.
बहुतों ने अपने प्लेयर्स इस ऑक्शन में छोड़े और यहाँ पे उनको समझ में आ रहा होगा कि शायद थोड़ी सी टेक्निकल एरर भी हुआ है, लेकिन द न्यूज इज आरसीबी हैव वन द टॉस एंड इलेक्टेड टू फील्ड फर्स्ट, अ गुड टॉस टू विन फॉर आरसीबी, क्योंकि ब्रेबर्न में अभी तक आरसीबी ने 2 मैच खेले हैं, दोनों ही हारे हैं। लेकिन यहाँ पे एक मौका है जयदीप, आरसीबी के पास स्पेशली नंबर 1 और नंबर 2 पे पहुंचने का, बड़ा मैच उनके लिए। हम फिर कहेंगे कोहली रन बनाएंगे तो बोनस है, नहीं तो उनके बिना भी ये टीम जीत रही है। लेकिन फील्ड में वो एक इलेक्ट्रिक वायर है, एक लाइवलीनेस लेके आते हैं, और साथ में फैफ की वापसी हुई है। पाटीदार के जो 48 रन से पिछले मैच में, वो कितने क्रूशियल थे वो टीम जानती है। और न केवल वो रन 48 थे बल्कि कम बॉल से भी आए थे, यानी कि स्ट्राइक रेट भी अच्छा था, रन भी अच्छे थे, नंबर 3 का पोजीशन भी उन्होंने संभाल दिया है। एट द सेम टाइम जब आप विराट कोहली के विकेट खोलते हैं तो आप बैक टू बैक विकेट्स नहीं खोलते, तो काफी पॉजिटिव बैटिंग में अगर देखें आरसीबी की।
Bless you.
sorry.
No. So
जयदीप।
yeah, absolutely true. I think see with Virat, you know what he's capable of, and like Nishant rightly said, even if one or two guys don't score, the others can do the job for you, which is not in the case of bowling. If three guys bowl 4 overs 28, and if the other two guys go 450, ho gaya kam. So one cannot make up for the other, which you can do in batting. But I like RCB. 1 and 2 का एक सुविधा ये है कि once you are 1 and 2, if you win one game, you're in the final. But if you are 3-4, you have to win a lot of games. पहले eliminator जीतो, फिर 1-2 का winner. I remember in 2012 with KKR, we were number 2. We played Delhi in Pune. We beat them, and suddenly we had 7 days of nothing to do because the final was 7 days later. So 2 beat 1, and now 2 was off for about 6 days because the final was 6 days later. So 1 had to go first 3-4 का game था, फिर 1 had to go and play 3-4 का winner. So you get that extra sort of like a slip road into the final straight away. So 1 and 2, if you're in a position to be, then you should go for it. And RCB is, they've after years we can say this about RCB, and if everything falls in place, Kamit the man, Virat Kohli is 1 inning away. I hate talking about him because I have done a little bit of study, and there have been many cricketers. I don't want to name them, some biggest legends of Indian cricket who've also been through lean patches. But because of who he is, because of the enigma that comes with him, it's highlighted every day. Virat Kohli, will he score? Will he score? Leave the guy alone. When he scores, you won't find a pen to write his scores. You'll run out of ink.
I remember a famous line written by Peter Roebuck once. He said that great players are remembered for their failures and ordinary players are remembered for their success. Like not many people talk about, when they talk about Ivan Lendl, they don't talk about how many Grand Slams he had won. They only talk about, oh, he never won a French Open. Like with Roger Federer, oh, he's very good, but on clay, he was not that good.
He only
So
won
that
once.
is,
Yeah, true.
yeah,
True.
yeah. So that is how it goes. Like with great players, there is a sense of that, oh, they can achieve anything. How can they fail? And that is
True.
why we end up discussing their failures more than their successes.
The success is their job. It's
Yeah,
normal.
that's taken for granted.
नॉर्मल,
True.
ट्रू।
Yeah.
निशांत, आरसीबी गोइंग विद द सेम प्लेइंग 11, और लेकिन पंजाब किंग्स में एक चेंज है। संदीप शर्मा की जगह पे आए हैं हरप्रीत बराड़, लेफ्ट आर्म स्पिनर। ब्रिबॉर्न में मैच हो रहा है, शायद थोड़ा स्लो विकेट देखने को मिल सकता है। आरसीबी स्ट्रगल भी कर सकता है पेस के अगेंस्ट, अगर आप उनको पेस नहीं देंगे शायद वो एक पीछे ड्राइव होगी। लेकिन संदीप शर्मा ने पिछले 2 मैचेस में काफी अच्छा किया था।
मैं आपको एक बात बताऊं, एंड दिस इज अ डोमेस्टिक क्रिकेट सीक्रेट आई एम शेयरिंग हियर. Go and ask Virat Kohli that Sandeep Sharma is not playing. He will be the happiest person. Right from the Ranji Trophy days. Punjab
बिकॉज
versus
ऑफ
Delhi,
स्विंग।
right from the under 19 days. संदीप शर्मा इज वन ऑफ दोज बॉलर ना जो कभी कभी किसी के दिमाग में नहीं हो जाता कि यार
बनी बनी
जैसे हाँ वो हैंसी क्रॉनिये वाज इन सचिन तेंदुलकर्स माइंड समवेयर. So it happens with one bowler who's not very fast, who's not very slow also. Like, there are some bowlers who are irritating bowlers.
Can you imagine Sandeep Sharma's bunnies Virat Kohli? That's a great
And
story for his grandchildren.
yeah, so I'm
पहले
telling you,
पहले तो विराट कोहली का रिकॉर्ड दिखाएंगे, फिर बोलेंगे मैं
हाँ,
इसको 12 बार आउट किया हुआ है.
yeah,
अब सोच लो.
exactly. And आप मतलब विराट कोहली विल बी द हैप्पीएस्ट. इवन लास्ट गेम में देख लो उसको, जो किंग्स 11 पंजाब के साथ मैच हुआ, किसने आउट किया उसको? जस्ट गो एंड चेक.
I saw a stat where it says he's got him out 6 or 7 times only in the IPL. Could be even
Yes.
more. Could be 8. Only in the IPL.
Yeah.
I don't know about 100. Under 19 and Ranji Trophy is out of this, but only in the
Yeah.
IPL, 8 बार out किया. And you only play
मैं
each other twice. It's not that you're playing each other 10 times a year.
तो इसमें
तो
क्या सोच हो सकती है? निशांत ये चेंज जो लेके आए हैं मयंक अग्रवाल, जानते होंगे ये स्टैट्स भी जरूर जानते होंगे, और जिस तरह से पिछले 2-3 मैचेस में बॉलिंग किया था संदीप शर्मा ने।
हो सकता है सैंडी को निगल भी हो. We don't know. There might be a niggle, and also grab on wicket, especially at this stage. We are seeing it slowing down a bit. So maybe they need to make way for a spinner, and they want to increase their slow bowling options because if you look at the entire IPL, one team that has not done very well in spin bowling department, despite having Rahul Chahar, is Punjab.
आई
So
गेस दिस इज द ओनली रीजन, क्योंकि उन्होंने
hmm,
बताया है कि मैचअप अच्छा होगा, लेफ्ट आर्म स्पिनर को लेके
And
आऊंगा,
Rimaji,
इसीलिए उनको।
on this, who else do you drop? You can't drop Rishi Dhawan. He's an all-rounder. You can't drop Rabada. You can't drop Rahul Chahar.
बट
You
व्हाई
can't
यू
drop
वांट टू
Hardik
ड्रॉप
Shah.
जस्ट टू
Who
ऐड
are
इन
you going to
स्पिनर?
drop? Yeah. So that is the reason why Sandeep missed out, because who else do you drop? It's like they're all very good. So somebody has to miss out to get a spinner in. And unfortunately, it
yeah.
was him. No, through no fault of his, or not lack of performance for sure.
So Virat has one tension less today.
तो देख सकते हैं, इसका मतलब शायद आज होप हो कि विराट कोहली के इस बैट से रन आए। लेकिन सामने एक और कैप्टन है मयंक अग्रवाल, जिनका ये आईपीएल इतना अच्छा नहीं गया। पहले कैप्टनसी भी थोड़ा सा उनमें भी थोड़ा सा प्रॉब्लम नजर आ रहा था, लेकिन वो सॉर्ट होती हुई नजर आई। लेकिन एज अ बैटर कुछ खासा किया नहीं जयदीप। अगर ये मैच जीतना है पंजाब को, शिखर धवन पे आप हमेशा दाव खेलते हैं, खेलना भी चाहिए क्योंकि वो आपके बैंकर है, लेकिन साथ में मयंक अग्रवाल के रन बनाना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होगा। पहले ओपनिंग कर रहे थे, फिर मिडिल ऑर्डर आए, पिछले मैच में लिविंगस्टोन को नहीं भेजा, वो गलती की थी जिसकी वजह से आप मैच हारे। यहाँ पे क्या सोच होगी मयंक अग्रवाल की? फॉर्म नहीं है उनके पास, लेकिन सोच क्या होगी?
Yeah, so I really feel that, with KL Rahul, he was different because KL Rahul was such an explosive player. So when he was opening with Shikhar is not such an explosive player. Shikhar does take his time. He makes up for it at the end. But he's not very explosive to start off with. So Mayank was playing beyond himself, taking a lot of chances, thinking, अच्छा ये 20 बॉल में 22 करेंगे, फिर नेक्स्ट 10 बॉल में ये 20 करेंगे, फिर लास्ट 15 बॉल में ये 30 करेंगे, करके एंड में हो जाएगा 50 बॉल में 80 शिखर धवन का. But what happens to the power play now? How are we 6 overs 50? उसके लिए मुझे कुछ करना पड़ेगा. So he was trying and playing, which wasn't the case with KL Rahul. With KL Rahul, they were equally, aggressive with both. So he would feel, I do my bit, he does his bit. But here, I think he's trying to do a little bit more than he's supposed to do, which went against him. And form is something, Rimaji, you played for so long, form is something that's not in your beck and call. कब आएगा कब जाएगा किसी को पता नहीं. जब रहता है शुक्र करो and make merry. जब नहीं रहोगे तो pray for it to come back soon.
बैटर्स के लिए यही उम्मीद करेंगे, जस्ट वन नॉक अवे, और आज उम्मीद होगी पंजाब किंग्स को मयंक अग्रवाल से। लेकिन अगर
But the
आरसीबी
Liam Livingston को ना भेजने वाला, I don't think you can just. There are a lot of people out there. I mean, often I've seen part of the team when some good advice has come from the assistant coach, from the coach, anybody, from the bowling coach. There are a lot of people who can contribute. So somebody there should have called and told him that, okay, then I don't think if two people, if there's Anil Kumble and somebody goes and says, let's put Liam in, I don't think Mayank Kings will say no. Maybe they also missed it.
कैप्टनसी की बात नहीं, वो मूव पंजाब किंग्स का ही गलत था, मैं नहीं कह रही हूँ
हाँ,
मयंक
गलत था,
अग्रवाल
yeah,
करता है, बट वो
absolutely,
खराब मूव
absolutely.
था जिसकी वजह से वो मैच कॉस्ट किया था। इसलिए लिविंगस्टन को आप कैसे यूज करेंगे उस पे भी नजरें रहेंगी, क्योंकि फॉर्म उनके पास है, मैच विनर है आपके, उनको अच्छे से यूज करना होगा। और एक प्लेयर हो रहा है निशांत शाहरुख खान, जिसके लिए ऑक्शन में बहुत लड़ाई लड़ी गई थी, उनको उन्होंने लिया, बिग हिटर है वो, डोमेस्टिक उनका अच्छा गया, जयदीप ने काफी कवर भी किया है मुश्ताक अली, लेकिन यहाँ पे स्टार्टिंग में कुछ मैचेस में वो चले नहीं, उसके बाद अपने को खिलाया नहीं। मिडिल ऑर्डर में वो बहुत कुछ कर सकते थे लिविंगस्टोन के साथ।
Imagine when you bat at 6-7, you have to give these guys a longer rope than you give people at 1-2-3.
Absolutely,
Because
absolutely.
because they come right at the end, they come with less balls. Usme to, this is the same mistake Mumbai did with Tim David. Same mistake they did. Abhi pata chal raha hai. So if you have bought him and if you have invested in him, you have to go, because what Shah Rukh Khan can do, very few people can do in the IPL. Very special players. अभी आप इंडिया टीम में देखो, 1 2 3 खेलने के लिए आपके पास 10 प्लेयर है, 6 7 खेलने के लिए आपके 1 या 2 प्लेयर है। आप यू आर प्रेइंग कि यार इनकी इंजरी ना हो जाए, इनका ना हो जाए। अभी एक हार्दिक पांड्या है, एक दिनेश कार्तिक आ गया, एक, सो देयर आर 2 3 प्लेयर्स हु कैन प्ले द फिनिशर्स रोल, who can go bat, play 7 balls and get 20. So then when they try to get 25 in 7 balls and get out for 2 ball 6, then you say yaar run nahi bana hai. So how you handle your these players is very very important. Especially he's still young in the sense of into IPL he's young. So usko thoda time lagega to get his feet. That is why you stay with him. Good teams will stay with him. How long has Chennai stuck with his opener? What for? Rituraj? 7 games. Did he lose his position? Did he come to number 3? No. Because they know he is second year, he's just getting his feet. If he gets by this road bump, it'll be a free ride again. But ये bump को उनको cross करना, मुझे help करना पड़ेगा. निकाल दोगे तो कभी bump को उस पर नहीं जाओगे.
I think in IPL, the biggest reason for the way your team will do is how and where you find the right balance to use the talent you have. More or less, any team can beat any team on the given day. Mumbai Indians have beaten Gujarat Titans this year. It's not that Mumbai Indians is a bad side. It's just that they didn't get the combination right. More often than not, it's about combination, which player to back, which player to drop, which player to play where. Like this entire debate, there's a larger, like if you open a debate a bit, the where Punjab is right now, the bigger reason for that is like where they played Liam Livingston, at what stage they dropped Shah Rukh Khan. So all these things are combination issues, and it takes, like I always say, कि एक सिचुएशन, एक कॉर्पोरेट सिचुएशन में सोच के देखो कि मैं एक सीईओ, एक सीएफओ, एक सीएमओ सबको पकड़ के एक दिन ले आऊं और बोलूं अगले दिन ये कंपनी सक्सेसफुल होनी चाहिए, है तो वो 1.5 महीना ही ना, in 1.5 months you have to do it. So the earlier you get that combination right, some teams it happens naturally, some teams have to create
And you
it.
stick with them, Nishant. You stick with them. Once you have faith, you stick with them. In this version, you have to give them a longer rope.
No, and with some people you have to stick, with some people you
No,
also
but
need to
Punjab, if
know
you see
when.
the history, they've changed 3-4 every game. Not just this year. Every year it's happened. It's a panic franchise.
My theory is that Delhi and Punjab have been the laboratory of IPL. That's where most amount of experiments have happened. Like the amount of chopping and changing. Delhi, not the Delhi which is right now, but if you look at the first 10-11 years of Delhi, every year there used to be a new team.
Nishant, I'll tell you three players from Delhi who've moved on. David Warner, I know he's back. Andre Russell and AB de Villiers. They've been let go by Delhi at some point in time. Can you imagine what they've done in the IPL?
Gautam Gambhir.
Yeah, true.
Who ended up winning IPL for Kolkata Knight Riders twice.
True.
They allowed him to go.
Yeah.
Like Virender Sehwag in those days. So,
बिल्कुल, बहुत सारे प्लेयर्स हैं। आरसीबी की तरफ चलते हैं अब। निशांत, आपके पास ही रहूंगी। हम कॉम्बिनेशन की बात करते हैं कि ऐसी टीम जिसको कॉम्बिनेशन मिला, एक स्ट्रॉन्ग टीम मिली, डीरेल हुई थी थोड़ी देर के लिए टीम, लेकिन वापस आ चुकी है। बैटिंग, बॉलिंग, फील्डिंग, तीनों डिपार्टमेंट में इस टाइम एज अ यूनिट काम कर रहे हैं। पिछले कुछ साल में जाए, कभी बैटिंग क्लिक होता था, कभी बॉलिंग क्लिक होता था, कोई ना कोई एक डिपार्टमेंट फेल होता था, स्टार्टिंग में भी हुआ था, लेकिन अब अब वो क्लिक कर रहे हैं एज अ यूनिट, इसलिए जो सक्सेस का परसेंटेज है वो ऊपर जा रहा है, लेकिन आज वो चाहेंगे जीत के साथ खत्म करें। बॉलिंग भी अच्छी है, बैटिंग भी अच्छी है, बॉलिंग में हेजलवुड, लेकिन उससे पहले मैं नाम लूंगी हसरंगा का, जिसके आप चहल और हसरंगा का जो आपका कॉम्बिनेशन चला था बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग था। लेकिन हसरंगा ने भी वो वो रोल बखूबी अपनाया है। पिछले
हम्म,
मैच में 5 पर लिया था और मैच का रुख बदला था।
बहुत जबरदस्त बोल रहा है वो। आई हैव सीन हिम लाइक दिस ईयर आई वाज एट लंका प्रीमियर लीग and
हम्म,
I happened to spend some time with him. He is a very very smart bowler. I still remember I was interviewing him for some digital work, and I asked him that a lot of people think that you will step in the shoes of Mutaya Muralidharan or Rangana Herath, and his reply was, one line: I don't want to be the next Murli or Hasranga or Herath. I want to be the next Hasranga. So he's a very very confident kid. Like, when someone says like this, to say it in on TV, that means that you are very very confident of your abilities.
And also smart, because 800 test
Yeah,
wickets to the next Murli, just
yeah,
not sharp, but also smart.
yeah.
800 test wickets, you can't say you can ever emulate.
So he's a very very smart bowler, and
Mm.
I see
But
why. I see, you know I see a reason why RCB have, because they had Hasranga in mind, uh, and Chehel has proved them a bit wrong by his performance this year. But I see a reason on the auction why they did that. Like, there can be debate both ways. So I personally feel that Hasranga will grow from here. He would be the mainstay, and even in the World T20, he was one of the best bowlers in Dubai. Sri Lanka's resurgence was largely based on
yeah,
Asalanka and Hasranga. So
I
these
actually
two are
feel
very,
RCB would have done even better if Chahal was there. I think
yeah.
they would have done even better this year. He's always played with a weak bowling, but now I think as a team they would have benefited more having Hasaranga and Chahal. There's nowhere it says that you can't play two leg spinners. That has not been written anywhere in stone.
Yeah, but there is something special about leg spinners in 2020 cricket. Like, there is some special relation.
Nishan, two things are straight away in. One is that they can turn the ball in any wicket, and the range they have. Rima loves this conversation because she's leg spinner herself, so she'll just quietly nod and smile and listen to what we are saying. So I love leg spinners also, and also the fact that why is Amit Mishra, Piyush Chawla, why are the top of the wicket takers? Why them? Why not the others? Because there is some amount of mischief. When you say I have to play a leg spinner, मैंने यार क्या गुगली है, ऑफ स्पिनर ठीक है, ऑफ स्पिनर खेल लूंगा, लेग स्पिनर गुगली है, फ्लिपर है उसका, गुगली टर्न होता है, लेग स्पिन टर्न होता है, 6 क्वेश्चंस कम मोमेंट यू हियर लेग स्पिनर, वो ऑफ स्पिनर का नहीं आता, लेफ्ट स्पिनर का नहीं आता है. And
नहीं,
also
आप
they're
बोल
a rare commodity. How many leg spinners in India right now? I mean, I'm with domestic cricket all the time. I don't know. Mir Hirwani is one I can remember. I mean, I'm talking about the domestic players. Two,
Rahul
three in the whole of India. Sorry?
Chahar.
Yeah. No, I'm saying the guys who are not playing IPL.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2, 3. So it's a rare commodity.
आप अभी अगर वर्ल्ड T20 की रैंकिंग्स निकाल के देख लो, टॉप 5 बॉलर्स आर लेग स्पिनर्स
Exactly.
इन वर्ल्ड राइट नाउ. जैम्पा,
And also
हसरंगा.
Nishan, yeah, one great point I was going to, so when Sunil Narine played 50 overs, Rashid Khan played test matches, they were not that successful because here also you're trying to hit these bowlers for 10 or 12 runs and over. इनको 6 बॉल में 6 रन लो, which no problem. लेकिन 6 बॉल में 6 रन तो टेस्ट मैच भी हार जाओगे, वनडे भी हार जाओगे. So they're easier to tonk. They're not the difficult. Even Narayan, you play 424 no problem, but 424 उनको खेलोगे तो रन कैसे बनाओगे? That's the problem.
And the mindset change in the 2020 cricket is, and Arima will be very happy to hear this, is that in today's day and age, especially in 2020, batsmen don't fear a fast bowler. Like, कोई एक होता है ना जेन्युइन क्विक बॉलर होता है, तो आप कहते हो यार इसके 4 ओवर में 20 रन भी मिले तो ठीक है, बाकी 16 में बनाएंगे. आजकल उल्टा है, वो कहते हैं राशिद खान के 4 ओवर निकाल लेंगे, बाकी में बना लेंगे. हसरंगा के 4 ओवर निकाल लेंगे, इसको विकेट नहीं देना. We don't have to
You
be
know why,
fair to
Nishan?
them.
You know why, Nishan? Because you can emulate 150 in the bowling machine, but you can't emulate a Chahal, a
Googly.
Chahar, a Hasaranga, a Narayan, a Varun
Very good point.
in the bowling
Very,
machine.
very good.
You can't practice for that. You can't practice.
True.
It's a skill thing. It's a skill
Yeah.
thing.
Absolute big point.
So much. We've hardly given you a chance to talk, and you're the host.
That's okay. आज जो कॉन्वर्सेशन हुई है वो बड़ी इंपॉर्टेंट थी, क्योंकि समझना कि क्यों लेग स्पिनर इंपॉर्टेंट है, क्या किसका
जी
रोल है, क्यों चहल पिक नहीं किया, क्यों हसरंगा को पिक किया था, उनका बैटिंग भी उनका थोड़ा सा एड ऑन कर
जी
लीजिए, वो एक है। लेकिन यहाँ पे अब चलते चलते एक बार प्रेडिक्शन कर लेते हैं। दोनों टीम्स का डिस्कशन हो चुका है। निशान, सबसे पहले आपके पास आरसीबी और पंजाब किंग्स।
RCB. RCB with Virat getting a 15-32 balls.
वाह, पूरी इंडिया इस चीज का वेट कर रही है। जयदीप, आप?
Yeah, I'm RCB. I think they're a much stronger side, and I think they're a team in the up. I won't be surprised to see them in 1-2 because they're such an explosive side, batting and bowling wise both. They have two good games. They're right up there.
And
हम्म।
to be honest, for the interest, for the success of this league, I really want RCB to win one title. I really
हम्म।
want, because थोड़ा सा ये टूर्नामेंट अब खुलना चाहिए। आप सोच के देखो ना, CSK, Mumbai Indians, they have like 80% of the titles.
And if that
So,
happens, there'll be one crazy party in one house in Bangalore. I know there are a lot of houses that will have parties in Bangalore, but there'll be one crazy party in one house in Bangalore where Rima Malhotra will be there.
okay.
देखिए, फॉर्म उनके पास है, आरसीबी के पास ऑन पेपर
Wearing a
स्ट्रॉन्ग है।
yellow t-shirt in that
ऑलवेज
party.
येलो मेरे साथ रहता ही रहता है, ऑलवेज।
अभी टी शर्ट से
देखो
कुशन हो गया
देखो,
निशांत।
कुशन भी येलो है।
नहीं टी शर्ट से कुशन हो गया ना।
नहीं,
मैच
look
अच्छा
at
नहीं गया
how
तो टी
many
शर्ट से
how
कुशन हो
many
गया।
things are yellow. Her band is yellow. Her
सी,
her
माय
watch is
हार्ट इज
yellow
आल्सो
strap.
येलो, नॉट रेड। इट्स येलो फॉर सीएसके ओनली।
Bleed
तो
yellow.
अभी चलते हैं थोड़ा मैच की तरफ। आरसीबी के पास फॉर्म है, मोमेंटम उनके पास है, ऑन पेपर स्ट्रॉन्ग है, लेकिन पंजाब किंग्स कमबैक करना जानती है। मैच अच्छा होने वाला है, लेकिन देखते हैं क्या 2 पॉइंट के साथ आरसीबी ऊपर जाएगी या प्लेऑफ के रेस में बनी रहेगी पंजाब के। तब तक मैच एंजॉय कीजिए, मिलेंगे मैच के बाद पोस्ट मैच में। एंजॉय द मैच। थैंक यू सो मच।
Thank you.
थैंक यू रीमा जी, थैंक यू, सी यू निशांत।
See you. Bye bye. Bye bye.